I do not have an intro. We also will ignore the recruits. We're just here to play story. I want to feel the suffering and the pain. That's why this is also not the right difficulty now. Oop. We just eat 2 energy. It is kinda nice to burn 2 energy since there's not really events going on anyways where I want to burn energy for. But it's gonna be visual novel time, baby. We're down 13 civilians and 9 soldiers. Well, seems like, you know, your Sakas are kinda weak. Woods Island. Proving to be quite troublesome. General, we finished the head count on the remaining Dublin soldiers. Give them one chance. Those willing to join us will enter the mercenary squad. I don't feel like they would be that inclined, but I guess better than dying. As for those who aren't, you already know what to do with them. Yes, sir. Not your best showing, General Manfred. Didn't expect for Confessarius messengers to still be here. Both the leader and the regent are concerned about the battle situation unfolding in this inconspicuous corner. Well, can you really play Manfred on this door? It was the Sankinak, there's no exception. After all, his generosity last night took a lot of the pressure off of us. Oh right, he wanted me to let you know. The atmosphere here is too filthy. He doesn't plan to wait around much longer. Understandable, I would not want to live in the smog either. Gacha enthusiast much? Honestly, I guess gacha games are basically filling the hole in my heart from MMOs in a sense. I mean, you also have seen me like play Guild Wars with friends. Well, Guild Wars once. And I played a lot of Final Fantasy XIV basically in the past. That was how I wasted my life away. Those were good times. But yeah, I feel like it does not spark enough joy anymore. And then I realize having a live service game is neat. But yeah, MMOs cannot really fill the hole. And once you get over the predatory monetization of gacha games, they have at least good story. Well, if you've played the right gacha games. I guess there's so many gacha games that there's also like god-awful gacha games. That I feel like this is where everyone basically moved on. Nobody wants to make the next WoW killer anymore. Everyone just does try to make the next Genshin killer because they realized, you know what, 15 euros a month for MMO sub, that is nothing compared to the money you get if you just hook. Okay, I wanted to say kids. It's not only kids, but if you hook anybody on gambling, no, gambling is the shit. So yeah, that's how I ended up here, more or less. I mean, to be fair, I guess I do like stream 3 different gacha games, so it is a bunch. It is comforting to have your live service games to come back to. I do kinda also feel I should sometimes just try to play more indie games instead, though. But do you play any gacha games? I mean, I know that you also play Guild Wars. At the moment, he is the unfortunate process of requisitioning the property of a factory owner and will be enjoying a late dinner. Requisitioning? I do hope that whoever that prince requisitioned the factory from isn't one of our partners. Does that matter? These inefficient factories provide us with hardly anything worthwhile, but our toxic coal. All they do is breed pests. His patience will only last until tomorrow night. We are unable to provide him with a satisfactory banquet. Then he will sweep these filthy streets as he sees appropriate. Is this the Sanguinarch's intent, or the decision of the military commission? This is where we learn that Manfred is actually not that bad all things considered, and not as much death as even his higher ups. Yippee! Always fussing over these irrelevant details. This is exactly why you've been pinned down in this little dump. His Highness expected more of you. Please report back to the Prince. We are deeply grateful for his assistance, and will proceed with the next phase of the operation. Very well. We look forward to seeing your results. Heading off to war isn't nearly as much of a slog as talking to the royal court people, eh? Only gacha game I ever played was Final Fantasy Opera Omnia, but Square Enix killed it. With yeah. I just wish Square Enix would be doing better. I guess they kind of deserve to not doing well with what they have been releasing in the past few years and everything in their decisions. But it's also kind of sad, especially since ever since I was a kid, I was kind of a huge Final Fantasy fan. But it's not the same anymore. It's not the same anymore. And yeah, I feel like also Square Enix is the kind of publisher that does do kind of shuffleable gacha games, sadly, in a sense. I don't know how many gacha games there actually were for just the Final Fantasy franchise overall at this point. But yeah, it is the fate of gacha games. Not everything can be Fate Grand Order and exist for like 20 years. Actually, I'm not sure how old that game actually is. But yeah, either you have like games lasting for like decades basically, or it is like end of service in like 2 years tops. Heading off to war isn't nearly as much of a slog as talking to these royal court people, eh? So this is where you've been hiding. I assure you, I haven't been slacking off. He's just been eating popcorn. And stop creating that arm you nearly lost. Tell me, which of your old acquaintances did that to you? The one with the explosives or the one with the sword? Sorry, it hurts so bad I can't remember anything. Yeah, I'm just traumatized. Since they left you with another arm to pick up a sword with, it seems whoever it was still has a soft spot for you. It's almost daybreak. Yeah, looks like it. Stop leaning against the wall in a daze. Wake time's over. Mercenaries aren't eligible for sick leave, right? Let's go. This battle is far from over. I mean, that's why you have such high pay. Plus no health insurance. Oh, by the injured are there. Take them to get treated right now. Will I also help out? Man, Magic Operator's still alive after all this time. One day she gets the name. Thank you. Bring Hamo over here. We have to speed up the evacuation. Also, dispatch some messengers outside the city. Worst case scenario, we need to be prepared to relocate the bulk of the population. This is kinda sad how small lives when gachas have. Yeah. It is very rare that we have a long living one. I guess the Hoyo games are also always long living, but they just make the money. So, yeah, no, don't be sorry. You know, I feel like the joy of streaming is that you also get people you can talk to. Otherwise, I would be just a maniac that is talking to my inner voices while I play video games. Which I still am, but now I can pretend I have also like some human interaction in my life, which is nice. So, you know, don't be sorry. But yeah, I feel like getting into gacha games is always a huge gamble. Like, there's a lot of FOMO with like most of the gacha games. Like, it's so easy to lose out on stories and like also characters. That's the huge part, I guess. So I do really appreciate at least the gacha games where you do not lose like story overall. I try to get like basically into Genshin was it like a year after release of Genshin or something? It's just so sad to basically getting into the game and realizing there's a story you missed and stuff like that. But also, since of that FOMO, you want to basically be there day one at a gacha game release. That is where you realize gacha games are shit day one. Like, I don't know what it is, but I feel like so many gacha games really need like 2 to 3 years with quality of life updates and everything and finding their groove till they would, where I would say is actually a worthwhile thing to play. I guess then you can also like start judging the quality of the story and stuff like that. Like I started playing Enfield this year since it's released like what is almost 2 months ago at this point. Was it 2 months ago? But I also dropped it already again because like I felt like it took so much time to actually play and do the dailies, and the story early on was really not great. Now I do love original Arknights. The story at the start was also maybe not the best. I would still say it was better, but there I already knew from what everything I've heard, the story doesn't get better later on, and it did get better. I love the story. It is a nice thing to read. It's a bit cursed to read to this all streams and stuff, and it's voice acted and everything. I love the story. It is actually good story. It's basically sometimes maybe they could have reduced the word count. That's maybe my critique on the overall storytelling. But it is kinda refreshing to see a story like that, since it does have like its dark themes and everything, but it's also it is a story that makes you think. I love thinking, surprisingly for a streamer. I'm not good at thinking, but sometimes it rattles my brain cells a little bit, and then I feel like I'm gaining something from this video game. I'm thinking about the themes. It does raise some interesting points, like even about, yeah, like loving your country and fighting for your country. Is it good? Is it bad? At what point does it come bad and stuff like that? And like, at what point does like your motivation, which might also be justified for events and stuff, just turn into more bad things? Man, I'm articulate as hell. I should just hold a TEDx talk one day. Okay, but yeah, maybe now it is time to go back to actually playing the video game. Also, dispatch some messengers outside the city. Worst case scenario, we need to be prepared to relocate the bulk of the population. Yes, Commander? Message? Oh. She might be sad. She lost her friend. Message? Oh, sorry. Your voice always makes my mind wander off. Must be exhausted, just like our soldiers. Thanks for your concern. I'm hanging in there. A piece of intel you brought back. That the warriors of Team 6 were slaughtered by extremely terrifying original arts is critically important to us. Only I could have gone to the surface to check on them sooner. No, would have been in danger too. And then Bigfoot would have lost their rightful leader or something. Besides, you've already done enough. If not for your quick thinking, it might not have been just Team 6 that went into them, but the rest of our troops and your people as well. Who is he? Osaka soldiers seem to call him a prince. 3 months ago, a noble's banquet was held in northern Londinium. It began with great fanfare. The lights stayed on the entire night, and it wasn't until the servants went to clean the venue on the second day that they discovered that the only thing left was a still playing record player. Also, I am sorry. I think every day I wake up, I feel like I am healthy. I was never healthy, and then I realized I might still have like the last sliver of a lingering cold, and my throat is killing me once I start talking for too long. Which coincidentally is happening. But I will be fine. just will maybe sometimes mute and cough and perish. Just tell my wife I said hi. That's how it goes, right? Am I dating myself if I make like Futurama references at this point? Am I getting old? Everyone was dead. All killed in a single instant, it seems. Some of them still kept the posture from the moment of death, glasses raised in a toast. Among the slain were those with connections with us. Amogus! See, now I brought back the young audience too. I know what the kids love. I hang out with mastizas sometimes. They love stupid things like 6-7, but it is what it is. I was under struggle. I've had annoying cough for 0 weeks now. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you get better soon then. I do need them too. That's right. Lost several old friends that night. The Self-Salvation Corps also lost a significant portion of its network throughout the city. It's not for no reason that we retreated to the edge of the wall. But it's thanks to Heidi's unfaltering efforts that we managed to survive, and soon enough, we have a chance to face the Sarkas head-on. As long as I don't laugh, no one can tell during streams. Let's go. Before that though, we still need to escape the gaze of that terrifying individual. Amia, would you happen to know who he is? My hunch is correct. The person looming above us is probably a vampire. I finally get a reason why there's just vampires in this world. 12 push-ups, let's go. Okay, now it's time to get my body going. Oh. I mean, since I was slightly sick and everything, how my life worked out this week, it did not really work out that much. Such. I think I can at least work out tomorrow. My muscles need it. I'm losing them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Haha, I did a joke. Please laugh. 8, 9. 10, 12. Oh. Yeah. My body's not liking this. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Okay, I still survived. Yeah, something vampire lore would be neat. I mean, I guess I should not be too surprised. There's like all kinds of animal people. But it still seems like, you know, out of nowhere, everyone going, vampires, they exist. I mean, isn't it normal? Oh. This will be tough. How tough? To be honest, it's probably easier for me to make a new one from scratch and try to glue the pieces together. Oof. Don't have the parts. No way. You know, they are the resistance fighters. They don't have any resources. We're Londinium. Most of the city's industrial resources are controlled by the Sarkas. And we don't exactly have the luxury of scrounging up scraps for something that won't be used on the battlefield. The work environment is way too impoverished? You can speak your mind. The commander isn't here. I mean, everyone's doing their best, right? Way too much of a challenge. Disclosure. What's up? Did you know when you talk about being challenged, I seem to light up physically. You know, getting challenged can be nice. It exactly. It does make me go yippee. Really? That's because I'm getting excited. Is it scary? It's fine. To be honest, it wasn't until I met you that I found out that psychers can do more than just fight. You know, that's some casual racism. I knew your people were like good at punching people, but I did not think you could be actually smart and be an engineer. Oh, there are a lot of people who aren't fighters like me. I did not. No. Game. Fuck. I love my emulator. Naturally, I'm a vampire. You know, I'm a vampire, so I know how technology works. Oh jeez, I can also speak today. So of course I was born with some handy talents. Huh? You what is the speed? I'd take a week for me to do what you did in a single night. Why do you think the Pillars of Woods Island are so good? Let's go, it's all vampire technology. They never need to sleep. It's that easy, baby. Take a good look at my eyes. If the Woods Island landship was filled with vampires, working at night would be no problem. We cut down big on the electricity bill. Now that is real shareholder value right there. You know, we don't need lights anymore because we're employing vampires with night vision. Are there a lot of vampire engineers? Of course not. They all... Hey, why do you start shuddering all of a sudden? Plain Londinium. It's been a long time since I last felt the fear of being this close to a den of evil. Look, my hands are totally frozen stiff, and I need these hands. You know, you can be the hottest engineer in existence if you start using your feet instead. The internet would go wild. Could it be that Team 6 ran into? I sure hope not. If so, for real, I need to give you guys a serious warning. Just in case. I mean, just in case. If you ever run into another vampire, run. No, it might already be too late by then. Hope you'll never ever bump into them. That is no foreshadowing. I have no clue what she's talking about. We're gonna fight a vampire. Morgan, you and Inter will go help the Salvation Corps relocate. I'll be there right away. Vina. What is it, Doctor? Are you looking for me? How are you doing? I could have made her even more depressed if I just wanted to talk to Doctor. I'm fine, but I'm really worried about Doctor. Gotta hit the hay. Oh man, 4 AM? Yes. That is rough. I wish you good luck. And thanks for being here and chatting a bit. It was nice talking to you. Well, I hope you have a good night's sleep then. It's no different from how you're worried about us, though. We both have our own responsibilities to shoulder. Doctor's pretty much in the same situation as me. Every moment she stayed with me, her actions were bound by responsibility. No matter how many times I told her to make her own decisions, she would never be able to choose any other outcome. When we truly have the capacity to make a choice, what truly matters is having the authority to make the so-called choice. Otherwise it's nothing more than coercion wrapped in a more palatable package. Such is the way of blue-collar worker scum like me. Well, fair. It is, I mean, honestly, I don't think getting up at 4 AM is like healthy long term in a sense, but you know, blue collar workers are like the backbone of any country, so I salute you, my man. We truly have the capacity to make a choice. What truly matters is having the authority to make that so-called choice. Otherwise it's nothing more than coercion, wrapped in a more palatable package. I don't want to have to push her along ever again. She needs to accept herself. and then walk down her own path with conviction. Oh, that is a true leader. What about your choice? You can also go to them and tell them who you really are. Bye-bye. No matter what you decide, Woods Island and I will support you. Becoming a one-of-the-mill soldier might be the easy way out. My family name. No matter what you all decide to call me, I can't deny my name. It's a part of me. I hope I didn't scare you by telling you the truth, Doctor. Dr. Kelsey said she was willing to tell you, but I decided to do it myself. Family name is Victoria? That sounds pretty standard. Don't seem all that surprised. Yeah, I'm from Nisha, by the way. Exactly. I mean... I feel like the doctor does not only care about the present. That is the doctor just straight up lying. Maybe it is because I don't remember the past. You don't remember the past? Even though you've suffered so much due to that. I can't help but wonder, is your life a little bit easier because you can't remember? Hey, I can sleep peacefully at night after all the war crimes I did. Can Kelsey say the same? Exactly. Phew, when I'm around you, I can always relax so easily. Might be because when you found out the truth, the only person reflected in your eyes was the operator known as Siege, instead of Victoria. Coming back to Londinium has brought back many memories, but at the same time, so much has changed. The decisions I make no longer solely affect my team. Doctor, I don't actually want choice to be an excuse that holds me back. Here today is the soul of my choices. Someone on said I'd find my own path. Yippee! Bina, I want to share those words with you too. You always have the right to choose. Kinda curious how her whole storyline goes. I know Vina Victoria exists, but this is chapter 10. I think Vina Victoria... Is Vina Victoria actually the one after chapter 14? I mean, it's gonna be a fun stream. I'm just gonna read since I already did the stages, but it's gonna be a fun stream for sure. I mean, I do want to know what happened there. Miss Heidi? Mia? I'm currently tending to the wounded. You practice medicine? Only some basic nursing techniques. This job inevitably brings me into emergency situations. To give me and my friends a better shot at survival, I had to at least learn to use a first aid kit. To be fair, that is a good skill to have for anyone. You really are amazing. All we are doing is protecting our home. But Calcite, and you, Amir, you all carry so much more responsibility on your shoulders. You too. We've lost a lot of people on this operation. I feel the pain of the Salvation Corps soldiers. Never had to deal with such horrific enemies before. The Sankenak, did he come here because of us? I think he was already here before, right? Amir, what you need to hear isn't me saying no. It's not your fault. Yes. Clarissa said she was afraid Woods Island would get the Salvation Corps involved in war they weren't a part of. If working for us puts them at greater risk. During last night's operation, what would have happened if Woods Island had not been there? Without W colluding, had she not stopped the mercenary leader? Without Woods Island's operation keeping Manfred at bay, we wouldn't even be having this conversation right now. The calculations of exchanging one set of lives for another simply does not exist for Woods Island. But even if Calcite were here, I'm sure she would say every opportunity comes with its risks. I understand. That's why we have to be better prepared. Miss Heidi, I need more information from within the city. Not counting the Sanguinarch. How many kings do the Sagas have inside Londinium? Excuse me? I'd like a bag of bread. In this economy? I don't need your money, lass. Take all of these with you. Huh? Hurry along. Don't come out here again. What do you mean? Know who you are. Actually, we all can tell. Even if you took off your equipment and changed your clothes, both your actions and a look in your eyes won't fool anyone. Thank you. I might as well pack up too. Don't think there's business to be had today. That's not ominous at all. We're doing another sweep of the street. Take away anyone whose name is on the list. But what's going on? I'm just a restaurant hunter. Didn't you come by to fight and meet before? But the one we're after. The cover runs pretty deep. Selling fight meat to us by day, peddling information to the rebels by night. Take them away! And check those buildings next door. They're all rebels. Why are the Sagas suddenly going around grabbing people? They need their blood sacrifices. Yippee! Hurry, take a turn at the alley. Just ahead and find the others. Another one down. You lot. Just that alley over there. Don't let a single one of them escape this burrow. Report. We ran into Sagas as soon as we came out. No. They weren't guarding the city exits. They suddenly appeared in the middle of the streets. Commander, do you think our comms have been compromised? Please be careful. The soldiers dispatched out of the city have all perished. I can't hide for much longer either. This is where the darkest the night is. That is what I wanted to say. Good job, Liver. Bloody hell, I can shake them off. The Sagas seem to have suddenly figured out all our passages and networks. In just a single night? What exactly happened last night? Wouldn't you like to know? Huh? What the hell are you? A blade snapped clean off. The way you're twist. Are you what's like island operator? Thank you. You guys saved us again. Hurry back. Mate, be sure to tell me and the doctor that the underground isn't safe anymore. The traps we went into yesterday aren't the only ones we've discovered. I forgot I actually had a tower defense game in my gacha game. We do have more bombs. I also don't like the stealth flying drone. Sagas requisitioned engineering drone, invisible and gradually loses HP over time. Tosses up demon secondary defense until you are attacking. Interesting. I have one way to uncover it. Put you there. I hoped it would not be in range, to be honest. But yeah, it should be basically that. We need to figure out where I would want... I do like this. I do like this a lot. We need probably another blocker than Myrtle. Let's do this. Can be more greedy that way. This should be kinda straightforward. We could do something like this. I do like the idea of this. And we put you just here. Beautiful.
오늘도 잘 부탁해.
I hoped more enemies would come from above here too, for my Venus, but it's what it is.
총알 뷔페는 이쪽에.
Guess this is kind of more tile coverage. Or we also have more flying drones.
사과야. 오늘도 잘 부탁해.
뭘 해야 하는지 잘 발밑을 봐봐.
프로그램의 액체 유닛을 제거 확인.
I kinda, in a sense, I guess maybe put you more in the middle here, since I feel like it can still hit a lot of stuff. And I probably would also want a bit more support up there. Don't really need Myrtle at this point. Guess the question is, would we rather? But I do like the idea of Suli here. Please tell me the drones will perish on their own. Having more people that can reveal invisibility would be kinda neat. Please just perish. Was I actually playing on the hard version? Did I do the difficulty right? This felt super straightforward. Have you finished cleaning up the streets? Yes, General. Everyone on the list has already been dealt with. Some tried to flee into other boroughs or leave the city, just as you said. We stopped them as well. And a few slipped through our net. The soldiers sent to chase after them seemingly ran into the same sarcasm Woods Island as yesterday. Let them squirm their way underground. That'll make it easier for us to flush them all out at once. What about our contact points above ground were attacked all at once? What of our messengers? They got taken as well? Doctor, I want to hear your view on this. Woods Island wasn't told where these points were. Only ones with access to that information are our own troops. We were tallied on the way back yesterday, though. That is true. It seems the seeds of crisis were sown last night. I don't want to doubt our own soldiers. There's no way they'd betray their brothers and sisters. We can't overlook any hypothetical. How many soldiers were rescued? 5 people came back with Heidi. Among them, 9 only ever provided us information on location. Other 3 helped us transport supplies, so it's possible they know the location of some contact points. How many more in Saka sense? A lot more. Doctor, you know better than anyone how difficult last night's operation was. As much as I like to rescue everyone, I'm forced to admit that we're not yet strong enough. Heidi's done good work. Being able to save all those people already went above and beyond my expectations. Don't place a pawn that won't be used. That's right. Saka's commander isn't a fool. He would have found a way to make sure his plan succeeded. So if there really were traitors among the soldiers we saved, in all likelihood, they would have been the easiest for us to rescue. But there's Dawn. Still, I don't even want to fling these accusations around about soldiers willing to bleed and die for their homeland. We need proof. How do you suppose we get that, Doctor? Please call Feist and Rock. Let's go visit the wounded together. Why aren't you moving? The commander just sent news that Will's about to wake up. Rock. I want to tell her that I'm stepping down as captain of the operation team. Take a look at these. Gitches, what's inside them? Trying Gabby's belongings. I picked out the stuff to send back to the families. What remains are their tools, weapons, and equipment. If you really can't get them out of your head, then pick out something useful and polish it up a bit. That way, they'll at least be with us in the battlefield. Huh. Sounds like the vice captain rejected my resignation. Let's go see Bill then. You awake? Oh no, me and Skyrim now. Yeah. Something came up, so Miss Heidi had to leave. She was originally the one in charge of coordinating the treatment of the wounded here. Wait, you're from Mr. Feist's team. Bill, right? Mr. Bill, should I go call Feist and walk over? Ah no, that's alright. Mr. Mia, I decided to get up to talk to you. Huh? Well, I've always been curious about you. Mia felt silent. Why do they trust you so much? You just a countess in her teens. Have you seen your leader? Are you talking about our operators? We've been through so much together. You're correct that they trust me, but the trust is mutual. As far as I can tell, it's not different for everyone in the Self-Salvation Corps either. You also trust Feist, Rock, and Clarissa, right? Mutual trust, That might be a part of it. After all you've been through. Your share of trials and tribulations, but your authority does not come from your bloodline, nor have you taken a position by force. You are far too young to have earned the amount of trust you enjoy. Mr. Bell? Deep down, you've thought about these things too, haven't you? But you don't dare show it. Your fears, your worries, your anxiety, everything is suppressed by the responsibilities they forced onto you. Are you worried about me? Did you overhear my conversation with Miss Heidi? Maybe. I heard everything. I appreciate the concern, but my responsibilities were not forced onto me. Operators placed their faith in me. I'm not going to let them down. Of course, since the very beginning, they've always been devoted to you. But Amir, when they look at you, how do you know that they're not looking right past you, searching for another soul that doesn't do the twists and turns of fate? Everything you believe, do you really believe it, or you're dreaming a dream given to you by somebody else, one that you can't wake up from no matter how much you struggle? You're getting oddly specific. Mr. Bell? No, that's not who you are. Who exactly are you? Allow me to return the question. Mia, who are you? Amir, do you like the stories I tell? So be able to sleep well, won't you? I don't want you to have nightmares. You won't? Oh, what a sweet child you are. That's right, while we may look different in many ways, we are both children given life and nurtured by this great land. Some of the stories you've heard are legends that others find terrifying. They're indeed the history of the sagas. You shouldn't be here. I see the energy gathering inside your palm. Have you not figured out who I am? Why aren't you attacking? I cannot touch your emotions, Mr. Bear. But I also cannot feel any malice. Oh. You could have continued pretending to be asleep. You said all those things to me. Ha! Did I already tell you? I'm very curious about you. Not for you, I have no desire to come here either. Reasons has no sway over us. No matter what you're after, this is far too cool. Cool? Do you mean this phase we're boring? Yes, which is why I need you to leave. Black line surged from her palm once more, weaving a net around the man in the Self-Salvation Corps uniform. One strand condensed into a lightless blade pressed against his throat. What a remarkable gentle thread. Mia, a lot of people have told you this before, yes? You really are just like her. Rude. Are they just trying to perish? Not another word out of you, please. Unfortunately, you're still too immature. Always be aware of your surroundings before you make a move. Miss Amir? You're trying to kill Bill? No, Doctor, take it you didn't ask me to bring everyone here just to see the scene. Already looking at the traitor. I assume you're not referring to Mia. Then Bill? Rook, help me. I'd rather die myself than betray you. Stay away from him! No, nobody knows the full extent of his original arts. Swerza, rather his very existence is dangerous. Mr. Mia, can I trust you? Last night, we fought side by side. I thought we'd silent to let our backs, just as you said. But... Now you're killing my friend. Expression scares me. It's as if I've seen it somewhere before. That's right, you're already mourning the pain and suffering you're about to cause. If so, then why? Why go through with it? The Psychers took my father from me, right before my eyes. Are you going to take my family away too? I'm sorry, Miss Wok, but it's too late. Family members already gone. But Bill's right in front of us. It must be difficult for you to accept. I don't understand. Look at Mia. It's not that we are not willing to believe you. We don't have your arts. We can see what you see. Commander, I can see it. Captain? It might not actually be the same Bill we know. But those wounds on his body. He got all those from saving me yesterday. Tell it yourself, Wok. The Sagas are masters of disguise. But we can't let ourselves be fooled. But how? Look, brought along the metal crab I was going to give to Bill. See for yourself. Aww, cute. There's a cute crab. And did this thing crawl onto me? He didn't even spare the glance. The only thing in his eyes is Mr. Mia. He's so proud of having deceived us that he's long forgotten what the bond between us. All because of this insignificant little machine? Don't you think you're being a bit too hasty, Feist? Aren't we sworn blood brothers? You've made a lot of hasty decisions these last few days. Bill, my good man, if he was still around, he'd be ruthlessly making fun of me. I miss him. Miss him so much. Oh, wherever you are, don't make me pry that mask off your face with my wrench. Wok, are you going to break my heart just like him? I will never turn my back on my family, but you're acting less and less like him. You would never talk like that. You would never try to manipulate us. So you really don't think I'm the real Bill? Feist, are you really okay with that? I have you know, if so, then that means your friend died in vain. Anyone else may have the right to say that, but you sure as hell don't. You're pretty smart, but unfortunately for you, it's too late. Artilleryman, are you ready? Yes, General. The cannon's aimed at the target. Remember, we're leveling every single building except its range station and the tracks. Yes, sir! We saw output to maximum. Maximum? It might blow right through the structural levels. Did you hear what the Confessarius merchants have said? In their eyes, this whole tract of land, loading the factories above, is worth nothing to us. Then what about our people underneath? We will guard the safe areas under the city walls. But what about... who do you think is heading underground to deal with the rebels? Senkenak. As long as you get it, if these toys can take him out, I'd be extremely surprised. You know, it's just a flesh wound at best. As for the other one, I'm curious for a while now. If it came to an all-out battle with the prince, who would come out on top? Thank goodness you're all here, huh? Hey, does it look like you walked right into a fight about to break out? Anyway, Doctor, I sent up some drones like you requested. You're really about to resume. You're pointing those cans right at us. Notify Heidi and Hamo. We're evacuating immediately. Hold on, getting a strong original reading. They're aiming at our current location. We've only got 10 seconds. 9. 1 now. Why are you holding on to me? You said it yourself. We're so in blood brothers. I don't want to pass judgment too hastily. Captain, I don't think I can carry the two of you. I admit that you people are very interesting. Goodbye, Captain. Goodbye, Wok Wok. We wanted you to live on. Those were his last words. I wonder how they work. I guess they do kinda get all the past memories of whoever they infiltrate and stuff like that. Oh boy. I mean, maybe we can clear the stage. And then I probably will call it a day. It's already getting late. And I'm realizing I might be still slightly sick. Me. I did not read again what the extra difficulty is. I saw the 48 sanity, so I know that is the hard mode. What's the situation? Yes, D&E have been severely damaged, and the structures in other areas have sustained various degrees of damage as well. 19 people have light injuries, with nobody seriously injured as of yet. Fortunately, we followed the instructions given by you and the doctor. We managed to move most of them to a safe area ahead of time. No, we are safe right now. Everywhere around you is dangerous. The entire stronghold has been completely exposed to the Sarkas. We're going to stop until they've blasted this place into smithereens to make sure we have nowhere to hide. How much time do we have? 30 minutes. Maybe even less than that. Nearby plates are pretty old, and if we take the power of the artillery we've seen before and multiply that by the theoretical maximum output value, we won't even have 30 minutes before the structure buffers collapses right onto our heads. Let Hamo know and we'll start the train right away. Train? You all should have seen it before. A few kilometers above us is the train station. Thought all the stations were occupied by the Sarkas. Do we get train gameplay in the next chapter, please? That would be kind of fun. All we have to do is take that one back. Now, the Sarkas have cut off all our pathways to the other boroughs. This is the last trench we have to evacuate Sudin. Heidi, once we leave Sudin, do you have any way to keep us out of sight? Yes, I've been preparing for this. Once we arrive at the next station, we'll have friends who will disguise us until we successfully enter Central Rondinium. Good. The biggest question mark will be whether or not we can safely board the train. Clovicia, how far are we from the city walls? Very close, if we take the underground passages. I'd like to try climbing them from beneath. Amia, are you planning to? We'll buy time for the Self-Salvation Corps to retreat. We can take down the artillery. That would probably help. Gorgorex is from the targeted plate and keep an eye on the train station. I don't want them crawling to the next scatter over. Set up the motion tracking ground targeting system, in case they still have some fight left in them and plan to escape to the surface via vehicle. We'll greet them with even more intense fire. Strengthen the defensive for all points inside the city walls. Also, change the control passwords for the defense authority so no one but me can deactivate it. Good, you're taking adequate precautions. Gentlemen, you're here? In a matter of moments, these pesky insects have nowhere to hide. The Londinium rebels will never again dare to poke their heads out. Importantly, nobody will be able to go in and out of the dark passages we cannot see. The only thing the Dukes outside will hear will be our hand-picked messages. No one will interfere with our project's progress again. Manfred, you're not welcome to share this moment of triumph with you? Please do not mock me, so your highness. Oh, we've gotten better than before. We hardly spoke 5 sentences before I realized we are not Theresis. You know, it is a spooky power, your highness, whether or not his majesty is willing to turn a blind eye to you. Should you draw the attention of the Confessari, they will surely petition his majesty to restrict your movements. Very well, as you said, the military commission cannot allow 2 men to call the shots. Ooh, it's actually... I do like this sign. One thing, it would be kind of baller operated to somehow camouflage. In that case, I'll shift to an appearance I'm more comfortable with. How unusual that you're willing to meet with me using the same appearance you take at the royal court. We would not use the faces of the dead, so as to not scare you and your men. Came back sooner than expected. Even though you helped us root out the rebels then, we still have an escape route I haven't found. We could uphold your end of the deal and follow them until every last rebel has fallen into our hands. Do you think that doctor can keep us hidden for so long? Importantly, Manfred, you must not forget that we not belong to you. Aw. I was out of line. Please forgive me. Don't talk to us the same way you do to old pink eyes. We've told you before. Don't fall for that drivel. As you wish, your highness. Since you decided to come back ahead of time, did you find what you were looking for underground? That King of Sarkas is stronger than we thought, but is far from major. She knows little of what she is about to face. I want to learn more about her. We'll have to wait until she meets Her Majesty. Better not let the Conversari hear those words. And why not? They'll think the Dynasty cluster of the Royal Court will change of heart. Why would you think that matters to us? Manfred, we've already done what we promised you. You and the vampire can clean up the rest of the mess yourselves. Oh right, next time we speak, pick an identity for us that is still alive. Wiener. Amia and the doctor have already left. Good. The first wave of Salvation Corps forces are rushing towards the station above us. Hey, pick up the pace! Once they capture the station, injured troops and non-combatant civilians will be the first to board the train. Mr. Barney, can I trouble you and the medics to tend to the injured with restricted mobility? Everyone, please pay attention to the signal lights on both sides of the passage and don't get lost. Most of the command structure will go with the injured and civilians except. Have all people entered the retreat channel? Integrity of the superstructures continuing to erode. Commander, we have to get out of here quick. As long as everyone's inside, I'll be right behind you. I wonder if we're gonna kill off Clovistia and then Wiener will take over the rebellion, basically. Drive! Side whip. Commander, the undercourt areas won't hold for much longer. Enemies really still coming down. Report! Wiener, should we go with ball and scoop? We're staying. Hey, Musty, how are you doing? Are you winning? Are you finally winning in, like, Slay the Spire? I'm not sure if you're still playing Slay the Spire off screen, but I guess you did play since you were vending. No. Aw. Sad. I also think that, you know, we might also not be winning here. I feel like people might perish. But how are you doing? I mean, I guess I already talked to you today anyways, but how was your stream overall? Did you beat the cats to pulps? It might surprise you, but I did play a non-gacha game today for the first half of the stream, and I'm not sure how to actually feel of it. It was interesting, but man, why do people make roguelikes for once take like 2 hours basically? Was a good stream, but what do you mean a short one? What? Okay, now I'm going to your page and look how long the mod is. I cannot take this. You have been streaming since like 2, and you were like, it was at least like 4 hours, if not longer. You cannot do this to me. That's Mutanics, exactly. Okay. Okay. You streamed for 5 hours. You should not say that was a short stream. Anyways, it was a bit more than 5 hours according to your bot. Stay? You're going to stay here with Commander Clovistia? I mean, I'm streaming for like 4 hours and I go like, this is kinda long. Why am I doing this to myself? But also, I wanted to play some Arknights. Not by a lot. But I feel like 5 hours is a solid stream. You don't need to undersell yourself. I have a feeling maybe she's getting it too. My man, you basically streamed for half the day. I mean, I guess it's my fault for also, you know, going like, you all wanna play video games as goobers, but yes. The song is telling me might not be above us right now. I mean, this was an orange stage. I don't actually know how they actually classify it. I just take that orange stages are harder stages, but I don't think it's a boss stage since it doesn't have the boss quest thing. I do yearn slowly for a boss fight again. I still feel like they are overall more interesting than like most stages, but even normal stages can be interesting. I feel like I slowly reached the point where I realized with what I have in my account, I can just tease the artillery mechanic, though. The cannons. Horn, the defensive cannons are activating again. This time, they're targeting the plate closest to the city walls. What I can tell, they're not aiming at us. But there's no guarantee the surrounding areas are safe. Run, hurry. Here's my daughter. Does anyone see my daughter? She's dead. Look out! Get inside this dirty building as quickly as you can. No, get away from the city walls, now! Okay. So, this is Londinium's defensive artillery. I would most of the time sacrifice Croissant. She could survive one strike. Fair. See, since I'm used to my overpowered units, I mean, to be fair, I do already do the challenge dates at the same time, so I feel like I'm justified in doing it maybe at least a little bit. But I know that basically both Savia and Hoshiguma Alta can take like one hit and survive, and Savia, as long as it doesn't get attacked by anybody else, can also just heal herself enough to keep taking strikes normally. And I mean, Hoshiguma can also most of the time kinda heal herself. So yeah, that's how I cheese it. To be fair, sometimes early on I also just use Project Red for like maybe the first shot as a sacrifice. Well, at some point it would be neat to also do maybe a more flavored team. I don't know what I would really go for. I guess I'll figure it out in the future, maybe once I actually am caught up. I guess it will be very obvious once I caught up with the game and everything, and then go back to old events where I probably do want to kneecap myself a little bit for the joy of video games. Like, I would say, from all the gacha games I've played, Arknights might be unironically the hardest video game, but and there are still hard stages that I'm gonna get skill issued at, so I will not make too much fun. But yeah, because I'm started so late, it's still like a little power creep was really happening. So I feel like somebody that would have played like Arknights, what is it? I guess this is already year 3 stuff in a sense. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. But yeah, somebody that would have like played this in year 3 instead of like year 7 would probably be a lot better at this game and have more understanding of the units and everything than I do. Like, I mean, I feel like the real challenging content is great at forcing players to learn new things. Like from the Wiener Victoria V1, I did learn some things from the last stage, which might be applicable for future things, and I learned also a bit more about some other units that I don't own. I guess it's I guess I'm going totally off rails right now anyways. But yeah, I feel like Arknights has this thing like kinda even bigger than other gacha games, I feel like, where you with how many operators there are and everything, it is very hard to actually know what all the operators are capable of. But especially with the support feature and everything, it is very good if you know what they are capable of, and also the synergies you could find between them and stuff like that. Which I can't wait to the day where actually. Oh fuck, I did move my head. I might still be slightly sick. Sorry, now I'm totally drifting away. I might be slightly dizzy if I move too much. Which is, I'm healthy, I swear. I swear. But don't tell Olsey, otherwise he'll be worried about me. But yeah, where was I? Yeah, like, I want to catch up where I actually really learn the units. I, like, don't even really know how many fast redeploy units there really are and stuff like that. I guess since day one, I've been defaulting to Project Vet. She works every time I need a fast redeployment, basically. But it would be also neat to maybe, explore other options and stuff like that. Which I, at some point, might look at. But yeah, I'm not really doing it right now, and I guess it is maybe a thing to do later on. It would also... I guess it's the curse thing with Chinese servers being ahead of the global servers, but it would be nice to at some point basically catch up and do the same thing I do for Limbus IDs and actually looking at the new releases. Like, I must be honest, like, I don't really look at the kits of like new units or anything like that, which I normally do for the gacha games I play, but in Arknights I just don't. It's a combination of I still feel like right now what I should be doing as a semi-new player at this point. I don't think I can call myself a new player, is to like save up my pulls for the limited banner. And then, yeah, I don't even have a reason to pull on anything else. I mean, either I used to do the Limbus as well at some point. Fair, I guess you did just burn out on Limbus, which is understandable. I mean, to be fair, it depends. I mean, I do get in Limbus, there's also no reason to really read them much. Limbus really has the problem that we don't have enough content to really explore the IDs, which is just so insane to me. But yeah, I mean, I have a friend that will just say, you don't need to know what an ID does. You just press win wait. You just put the status keywords together and you press win wait. And he's not wrong in a sense. I just like to know what IDs do, but overall, it's not like that much of a difference of actually output I have or anything like that. I feel like with how Limbus is structured, there's not much you can do wrong when playing IDs. There's a few where you profit a lot more from knowing like the gimmick, but otherwise you can, especially if you're caught up. If you are caught up, have like all the actual new IDs at uptime 4 and have them leveled up. You can just press win wait to any stage, which thankfully, I guess, won't ever really happen in Arknights. I'm really curious how really the stages are at like chapter 15 or like chapter 16 that will release like next week. We are far off from that, but I'm curious how hard they are with like actual current meta units. I mean, I'm not using Mistletoe right now, and I guess it would be unfair to judge. And I guess it got memed on. I guess at this point where I'm in the game, Mistletoe would also not be just an auto-win anymore. I feel like the mechanics are too deep. But with everything I have, I still feel like I can just rely on the old reliable without really thinking about the stages yet. I think I might be yapping too much in a circle. Do I? I should. Honestly, maybe it is because I'm slightly sick and now I've, less bar of like filter going on. But honestly, being a yapper is what being a streamer is about. And I do have opinions about video games sometimes. I do love my video games. I also I also maybe really look forward to make video games. There has been a past where I've already made video games, but that's a dark past. EU opinions? I mean, they're tasty. My opinions are just like onions. They have layers and they're like Shrek and hideous. Yes. I don't know where I was going with this joke. I don't know, man. I was just looking at the word opinions and was like, this is just like onions. I'm gonna do a funny. But yeah. Let's try to maybe slowly come back to reading this. How did I even get here? Oh yeah, talking about your teams. Thank you for the smile. I am funny. I'm funny. You know, fake it till you make it. You know, I honestly, I think I have just write the baller ID. I guess I need to get just sound effect board. I need to get just like a laugh track that I can play on stream whenever I do make a funny joke. And then I'm basically an unfunny sitcom, but I have the laugh track going on. So, you know, the audience, the viewer, aka you, will think I'm funny because you hear the laughter of people. This is brilliant. This is how I finally take off. Horn is cute. Horn is cute. Horn is in the certificate store right now if you want to. I feel like I'm getting so debated. I guess it's... Maybe it's just how the rewinds and everything works, but I've seen like... Also Meat basic in the certificate store and Harmony and everyone. Which is like, man, I'm seeing them in the story right now. So I feel kinda attached to them, but they're probably all garbage. I don't have certificates. Sad. I kinda saved my ones up. I'm bit split if I should have gotten Golden Claw. Maybe I should have gotten Golden Claw. Golden Claw is cute. She's cute. She also would have had the Sanrio collab skin. But on the other hand, I can also not afford like getting a collab skin. I got Calcetes and Mostema like back to back. That's fair. That's fair. I need to check, since there's at least, you know, some predictions and everything when we're getting who. I should check who I want next, because I for sure can afford somebody at this point. But, you know, there are good choices. I met this girl that's really similar to Golden Claw today. Was it Susie? Hell yeah, baby. I mean, to be fair, she has also other cute skins, and I feel like, I guess she's still kinda okay in the meta since, you know, screen-wide damage, basically, which does all neat. But I also feel like slowly but surely I've been getting so many arts damage operators. Yeah, I don't know. I will see how I get blessed in the future with Pulse, I guess. I did buy the skin even though I don't have her. Hell yeah, baby. I mean, fair. I would say that is probably the best skins of the Sanrio collab. I kinda did not get anything, and I don't think I will. I do rather just want to save for Pulse. I'm honest. To be fair, I'm kinda been debating myself if I should spend like $2 to get like at least a cute profile picture. Oh yeah, I guess I can also change my profile picture to be Emperor yet. I don't know if I really want to. I guess I will at some point also just get other ways to get cute profile pictures though. I will get something nice, and yes, spend $200. Okay, Musty. I think you might be aware that I do not have a job. So, since I'm jobless, I kinda don't have that much money. And the money I And then I also have the thing where I sometimes spend the money on stupid things, not even gacha games. But I hope it's worth it. I hope my friends appreciate it sometimes. Anyways, I should read this so I can end my stream. Give plasma. I guess I'm not really on medication right now. I guess I could check, but I don't think I would get as much money as you do. I'll be honest. Honestly, I maybe just should. It's gonna be awful to get to. I should check if they do accept any donations. And okay, I should probably not say the city name. Maybe I don't dox myself, but the closest city. I do have the wear blood funny type, so it could maybe help people. So this is Londinium's defensive artillery. Based on the current situation, it won't be long until the cannon fire penetrates the plate and destroys the base structure. Those damned Sarkas. Is this the moment they've been waiting for? Are they trying to destroy the city? No, they've only activated a small number of cannons, and their targets are quite clear. It's the rebellion, trying to eradicate us and our friends. Orn, what should we do? Among the soldiers who came back with us yesterday, many of them were originally part of the city's defense forces garrisoned here. Call them over. Bring the best equipment we've got. Let's go. We're gonna meet up with Thorn finally on, like, the wall when we beat up Manfred. Tell them, it's time to take back these walls on the Sarkas. You're almost there. Careful, don't trip and fall. Are you hanging in there? It's hard to say. Yeah, I know where you're coming from. I've also made the big mistake of trusting people I shouldn't. After that, for an entire month, I took everything I had to force myself to keep going. As soon as I stopped, I'd feel like I couldn't look Amir in the eye. But the battle's not over yet. People don't have enough time to catch their breaths. It'd be too much of a luxury for me to mourn or wallow in self-doubt. Mr. Feist, do you need help? I can calm you down. How? Is it some sort of ritual arts? Something like that. So, do you also help your man with psychological treatment under normal circumstances? Don't worry, thinks it's necessary. I mean, you won't see how people become Cold War machines. But you can donate quite a bit more frequently. Yeah, but I don't think I'm getting... I can check again. I know at least basically where I used to live, they didn't really pay you. I'm gonna be honest. But okay, to be fair, I also never gave plasma. Mr. Faisal, I came off the wrong way. No, that's not it. I was just thinking of some truly amazing arts. Even a big place like Rondinium, I've hardly seen anything like them before. Mr. Mia, I appreciate your kindness, but I don't think I'm ready to drive that scene out of my head so quickly. Then we'll just have to get right back to work. Let's do it. Twins are showing that defense structure layer above us. It's very thick. Can it be blown up? Not likely. Rondinium's defenses could get blown up so easily. Well, let's just say we would have stormed the shard yesterday. I believe in you. I appreciate that, Doctor. You sure know how to twist the employees' arms. Oh no, I'm believing in my employees. I'm the worst boss. I finished scanning the lift, and as long as you guys can open up enough of a gap for me to push the drone through, I should be able to hack into the lift and take control of it. Of course, you have to find a bigger gap to get yourselves up first. Doctor, don't you think you should send a signal and call Misery over? There's work to do. Fine, I guess we'll have to do it here ourselves. Maybe the locals over here can give me some inspiration. If you can locate the support structure and apply an extremely strong external force, you might be able to open a little seam. Someone rapidly approaching our location. Did the Sarkas expect us to find a way to climb up the wall? Who cares about that? I have to unpack some original explosives. Feist, calculate the position. I think of some way to amplify the explosive effect. He's here. Höderer, let's go! I wanted to fight Höderer. I mean, I know that he will survive because you can get an upperweight off him. Man, I did go to a lot of story lately, so maybe I could afford pulling on like the current orienteering banner a little bit. I mean, I actually need to check how the pity works for it. I know that the pity from standard banner does not transfer to orienteering banner. Would I totally lose the pity if I don't pull any 6-star at all on the orienteering banner, or would that transfer to the next orienteering banner? I guess I really should read it up. Or Musty, do you know it by off chance? But I kinda doubt you had to think about that. We meet again, Leader of Void Silent. I think you didn't pull on that one, did you? I guess you're also just saving for the limited banner, right? That's fair. What happened to W? Are you sure you should be worrying about her right now? I heard you folks was shot in time. You know, she's still a friend or something. I'm willing to set aside whatever happened between you two, as well as what happened at Chernobog with Scout. But Mr. Mercenary, if you intend on standing in our way, we'll cut you down without mercy. Oh, but she's like my favorite Overwatch character. Imagine what we could do with her around. Final Mercenary, dying at the hands of Her Majesty's heir would be a great honor. You'd better hurry up, Amir. The Bombay planet just started ticking down. 1 minute, that's all the time we got. I'll stop Höderer. No, Mr. Mia, let me handle this mercenary. Mr. Feist, I found a support column. Plus, I have a plan, though I don't know how solid it is. If it works out, you and the doctor need to seize the opportunity to get up the wall. Closure? You do love your vampires, huh? I know you, young warrior. She is cute. I also know that look in your eyes. The weight of everything you've lost has finally begun to set in, and you've lost your ability to trust in the soundness of your own decisions. Lost? Sorry. Even if I had the time and I'd invest in a heart-to-heart with a butcher. Come on, it's some bonding. I want to know why my killer's at least killing me. Like, you know, maybe I can die in peace once I know why I'm getting murdered. Over here. Another smoke bomb. Even if I'm short a usable arm, your little tricks don't work on me. Come on, Sarkas, give me your worst. Let me taste your sword, your machete, whatever weapons you've got on you. Trying to throw me away? Not a very sensible strategy. Empty bravado with no self-awareness isn't going to buy you any miracles. Even if all your men were here, you wouldn't stand a chance against me. Yeah, but we have Amia, that's enough. Ugh. Pretty ugly one there. Without help, you're going to bleed out soon enough. After all, you're just a craftsman. You and your men wave around wrenches and hammers and hope that is enough to hold back Sarkas' blades hammered by centuries of war. Beg the King of Sarkas for help. Have a deal with me. King of Sarkas? What are you talking about? Sarkas, you're the ones who poured war to Londinium. This is a war between us. 30 seconds. Amir, focus your energy. Hold on tight, Doctor. Mr. Feist, I need your location. Sunny, are you seeing this? Another flashy toy. Stop resisting. You can't fool me. Sure, you're right. Please, one last push. A metal crab? I love my crabs. They're cute. I want a pet metal crab. Cannon toy, what's your play here? Quit screwing around. No, that's the most important thing you've taken from me. Never fought alone. Look, old Bill helped me out again. It's all thanks to your paranoia, mercenary. Paranoia, you. Using my... You finally get it now? Every time you swung your blade at me. carving a path to defeat. I'm here. Hödewa, cut to destruction layer. We take aim. The bomb's about to blow. 3, 2, 1. Explosion! It's been split open. That's a big enough gap. Alright, yup, Throne. Lift is ours now. Doctor, let's head up. Feist, are you hanging in there? Grab onto the zipline and we head up after them. Not going anywhere. Man, I hoped he would have fight the fight against Hödewa though. Yosha, have any more explosives? Yeah, catch. You. Thanks for the hand, mercenary. Time for all the bombs. Wonder how long the chapter is. I must be getting close to the end. I hope I can finish it next week. Oh, that's... I don't like the layout of this. Oh, there's also gonna be thrones. Let's do it like this. I feel like we want to just bomb this side for sure. Oh, you should have put Murder up there though. This feels good. Looking at the plan I cooked up, I'm gonna stream like 4 hours of Arknights next week. If oh fuck, no, not you, crap. So I might need to disappoint you a little bit. Actually, how does this work out? That is not good. I could put my lamp there, but we still need defense there though then. Let's see how this goes, I guess. Oh yeah, we also get more of those thrones, I mean that makes sense. Where did the throne actually fly to? Oh, you killed Ines? It's also a problem. This seems like a baller position too. Am I getting fucked though? Oh well, that's one way to not get fucked. We need a healer there. If I ever have more DP. I feel like I might be kinda in the death spiral. I wish I could press Myrtle's button. Project Red is pretty good, yeah. I guess we put you up here again. You killed my 11. That's also super rude. Pay attention. I guess I might actually want... I guess I cannot really... We just keep this side alive and we worry about the bombs later. Besides, sorry, which one did you do? I will get to it at some point. Oh fuck, this is... It's... Man, Ines as a block is actually kinda neat with the... invisibility. You kill... Fuck me. Those thrones are a bigger problem than I anticipated. But we're also making it. Oh yeah, we made it for sure.
이제부터는 놈들이 감히 어때?
doctor.
Wouldn't say that was a tough stage. I feel like I did do the most scuffing existence.
사과야, 오늘도 잘 부탁해. 전부 사냥.
With sparkle in the dark or something like that. A light sparkle in the... Fair enough. I mean, I will get to it. I mean, I'm mushing mostly main story, but I still really want to get it. Hey, and no story? That is great, because that might be a good hosting point. Okay, I guess there's at least 1017. Yeah, 1017 is probably the last one. I can finish this chapter on first. No, it's not on Thursday, but I'm streaming Arknights on Tuesday. I remember what I wrote. I can remember what I wrote. Let's go. Is anybody streaming that I know? If not, I think I might also just vanish into the night without reading anyone, since I'm feeling meh. Don't wanna stick around. Ali is live. We can wait that, man, I guess. That's fair. So yeah, thank you for watching. We will finish this chapter for sure on Tuesday. I feel like we can do that. I think I'm not over-promising. And after we do this chapter, I will go back. I forgot the name, but while looking at this, I want to do a walk in the dust. I really want to do a walk in the dust, and probably I'm not sure if I'm doing it on stream. I'm not sure if I'm as hardcore as Mastisa-ish. But I think I want to really also at least read Vigilio, but I might do that while I basically play Mirror Dungeon in my off time. So instead of reading manga, I'm just reading my other gacha game. Beautiful. Yeah, so yeah, on Tuesday we will do that. On Wednesday, maybe Remnanting again with Masdisa and Olsi. And I guess we'll see for the rest of the week for sure. Sorry, I do like... I wanted to say Arknights Limb is still enough that I want 100% achievement, so I need to go into the mines at some point. It's gonna be in like 3 weeks once I have all the achievements, but then it's gonna go hard. But yeah, I have been kinda stalling. Goddammit, now I closed the... No! I should press the button. I did click off the screen. There's Ali again. We're starting the wait. So yeah, have a nice evening and a nice week. It is gonna be a Monday again. Don't tell Garfield. And bye bye.